Good evening, YouTube family. Martinez Country Home here. Today's Tuesday, March I believe it's the 8th, 2021. Yeah, the 8th. So, guys, the reason I'm making this video is because uh, obviously we're going through these rising prices of gasoline and all that. And today, as I was coming home, uh, in my commute home, I saw that the gas had gone up to 3.99. Some places are 3.89. And some of them are, most of the ones I saw were 3.99. So yesterday there was some spots at 3.69 and 3.79. You know what I'm saying? But basically, for the most part, most of them are at 3.99. I did see one at 3.79, but by tomorrow it will be at 3.99. Usually, some of these places like the Valeros or the Circle K's, they'll it might take them a day or so, but they will go up. Um, I think also a lot of people, the everyday person on the street is starting to realize that they're starting to see not just the fuel go up, but the fuel, but also food. I just came from the grocery store. I was just gonna pick up a few items, but um, I like to walk the aisles and see what's going up or whatever. This past weekend, 3 pounds of ground beef, which is basically I like to call it the good one, right? It's a 80-20, 80 beef and 20 fat, the percentage. But it was at 11, like at 11.80 something, or 11.76, some weird number like that. But it was at 11 and change. Today, I went and actually I was gonna pick up a 3 pound, you know, uh, 3 pound roll, excuse me, and it had gone up a whole dollar. So um, a lot of stuff is going up. Some products you don't even find anymore. So even the rice, the big bags of rice, the 25-pound bags of rice. I went to two HEBs, which is our local grocery store. I went to two HEBs and I couldn't find the big bags, which is those are the ones I like to get. I do buy. Um, I do get 5 pound bags, and when I can find them, the 10 pound bags, because those are the ones that we put in like in the jars that we're using, to when we make dinner or whatever, or lunch or whatever, But I think people are starting to realize that even if they don't know why, then even if they don't realize why these things are happening, they know that prices are going up. And because it was pretty full, the grocery store, and usually at that hour, um around 6 o'clock, there ain't too many people. I mean, but today there was a lot of people. um I wanted to also today, uh it was announced that Joe Biden was gonna announce that he was not gonna buy any more oil, or the United States was not gonna buy any more oil from Russia. And there was gonna he was gonna impose sanctions, right? And it's funny because I've been preparing for what's going on now for years, guys. I mean, years and years. And everything that's happening now with with the dollar basically crashing. And I'm not talking about like the Dixie, the dollar's, like, I think today was like at 98 and change. I'm talking about basically the value of our dollar. I mean, it's buying less and less every day. Uh, but basically, I see here. So before I start getting off tangent, everything that we're seeing right now, what's happening to America, has been by design. So these sanctions that they're putting on Russia, It's not hurting anybody. It's only hurting us, the consumer. Europe also, I believe Vladimir Putin had said that if they put these sanctions on them, he's not gonna sell the gas, the natural gas, to Europe. And so the people of Europe, they were like, they don't want no part of that. Um, they still want to do trade with Russia. But it just showed me, guys, that, I mean, it just proved to me that what's happening to America, it's been, it was planned. It's been by design. And and look at the trade deficit. The trade deficit, it was like something like 320 something billion. Um, every month it's like in the 82 billion, I think, this month, the trade deficit. Um, it's not just, people think of the trade deficit. Yeah, China, we're buying more stuff than China is buying from us, right? But what that really says is that China's making more money off of us. You know what I'm saying? It's a one-sided deal. We're paying China a lot more. They're making money off of us. We're not making money off of them. Not only that, but with the money that we owe them, they're basically buying up land. They're buying up precious metals, like gold. Uh, and and it's not a conspiracy theory, guys, when I say that a lot of politicians here in America, in Washington D.C., have been bought out by that country. They have a lot of lobbyists here, and they basically just sold America piece by piece. The Chinese, and there's supposed to be laws that prohibit, uh, you know, sovereign nations from, having so much land like that, to where they have a say. You know what I'm saying? Where they have some kind of a say because they have land. You know, um, America's been sold. I looked it up because I wanted to see, well, how is it possible that sovereign nations can come and buy land? You know what I'm saying? Like, buy up. And I looked it up, and it says anybody can buy land here. Anybody. Um. So my point is, America's just, we've been sold. Um. China bought up more than half of the grains, right, of the world's grain supply. Um. They own Smithfield Farms, which is pork. They produce pork products. Um, they bought up a lot of land. It's just, I'm just seeing everything come out in the open. The destruction of America. These sanctions that they put on Russia about not buying the oil. Well, China's gonna buy up their oil, guys. Whatever we don't buy, they're gonna buy it. They might make China might have gave. I mean, excuse me. Russia might have gave them a discount because they needed to sell it. But Russia's not gonna hurt. And yeah, they're going through some problems. Their ruble is crashing, and they're going through some problems. But they're not. Their debt, guys, is internal. Their debt is it's pretty much internal. They don't have debt like we do, or the way this country has debt. We're the biggest debtor nation in the world. Um, but it everything happening, especially these past couple of days with the oil going up, and our gas going up. Um, and then we're not letting Russia use a SWIFT. It's a joke. They've been preparing for this for years. In case they got, in case they couldn't use SWIFT, they've been preparing for this for years, guys. You think Putin did not know that he was gonna get sanctioned, or that these things were not gonna happen? Um, you know, I still believe in a way that it's an inside job. Uh, it's just another way for the bankers to just keep on printing money, and at the same time, um, get the war machine going, because the war machine uh, goes through money like nothing. Uh, billions, trillions of dollars are gonna be created just to fund this war. Um, the health crisis was, I believe, uh, was some kind of event to bring about this destruction on humanity, to for the powers that be, for them to solidify their control on everyone. And this war in the Ukraine, this potential world war, is just another way for them to do that. And when this is done, when this dies down, we're gonna go on to the next crisis. That's how it's gonna be from now on. But what's going on right now, guys? I remembered back in the day, Alex Jones, Deborah Tavares, Sophia Smallstorm. I mean, take your pick of all the alternative media people that used to talk about how America was being sold, and how the communists were taking over. China was buying up seaports. All of these things have been, at least that I remember, from the 90s. And so many people would just roll their eyes, or Ross Perot tried to tell everybody what was happening when America shipped all their jobs overseas, all the manufacturing jobs overseas. He tried to tell us. He knew what was gonna happen. And guys, you know what? America has been pillaged. It's been looted and pillaged, not just by China, or by countries overseas, but by our own politicians, and the bankers, and the CEOs, the mega corporations. We've been looted and pillaged. Money has been flowing to the east for many years, guys. I remember in the early 2000s, when China was buying up all the metal, all the iron, all the steel. And I used to, you know I they even back then, they were talking about how China was on the rise, and they were gonna surpass us. And I was like, nah, there's no way. At that time, I was not awake like I am now. But it that was a sign. um when it comes down to it, guys, it's these big governments, these oligarchs, these big bankers, the ruling families that have all the money in the world, literally. And they're calling the shots. So the wars, and the reasons for why they're fighting them, I'm not gonna say it's irrelevant, but when it comes down to it, is that humanity is the one that's gonna do the suffering. We're gonna do the dying. um so you got to prepare. The reason I'm making this video is because 2 years ago, when the health crisis started, it was around right this time, guys, right the week going to spring break, or at least for my kids. At that time, uh there was already talk coming out from China and Italy. There was lockdowns. Italy was already locked down, so was China. um Going into the weekend, as their spring break was ending, I remember that week, my son and I remember, I kind of had a feeling. I already, I mean, we're preppers, guys. We keep an eye on what's going on, and we can read between the lines. And I remember 2 years ago, this week 2 years ago, is when we really started hitting. We did it was our second big supply run. But I remember, and I kind of got deja vu today when I was coming home, because it's becoming very apparent to me, guys. I mean, if it wasn't already, I mean, it's becoming very apparent what's happening. um, Gas prices are going to keep going up. and the price of food, of water, um, of power, of electricity, water, it's all going up. It's all going up. Uh, the whatever over the counter medicines that you get, aspirin, Tylenol, ibuprofen, whatever, band-aids, whatever, Pepto Bismol, Tums, whatever, and it's all going up. It's all going up, and not just by a little bit, by a lot, and it's gonna go up fast. So, it just reminded me how ironic that here we are 2 years later, and we're into another crisis now. We're in another crisis, and right going into spring break, and um, I have a lot of family. Most of my family, for the most part, they know what's going on, because I let them I let them know about it, right? But a lot of friends know what's going on, but a lot of people have normalcy bias. They I don't know. I guess ignorance is bliss, guys, because I see it, and um, all I can say is I'm very thankful that God opened my eyes and touched my heart to start preparing 2 years ago. And I think, even as bad as things seem right now with the prices going up, honestly, this is as good as it's gonna get. Right now is good times, because the stores are they're, for the most part, the grocery stores are stocked up. I'm not gonna say there's shortages. I mean, I saw pretty much everything stocked up, um, except cereals. Cereals are still kind of, they're still kind of iffy. But rice was gone. Like I said, the big container, the big bags of rice were gone. Um, but the stuff is still there for you to go and prepare. Except now the prices are high, and I hope people take this opportunity to go prepare. I hope, tell your families, guys. Let your families know. Show them this video. Show them whatever video that you think will open their eyes. And I know we're like, well, if they don't wake up, if they haven't woken up by now, they're never gonna wake up. Me, I always say I'm not, but I still do it. I can't help but try to warn them. I'm trying to warn them and let them know what's coming. I mean, you know, every person has to be responsible for their families. You know what I'm saying? Every person has to be accountable. They have to be responsible for their households. So, I mean, as these events speed up, as the days go on, I can't even imagine the gas going up every day. I mean, that's what it looks like now, because every day has been going up for the past week, like 10 cents for the most part. Some days it's 20 cents. But I can't imagine the prices going up and how people are gonna react. So you know, but anyway, guys, it again. I was reminded how 2 years ago I remember starting this journey, like I'm talking about, like, where, okay, you know what? Um, I didn't know at the time. I thought I started preparing because I felt like they were gonna make us they were gonna make it mandatory to take the remedies that they started pushing up for the health crisis, to you know what I'm talking about. So I said, you know what? I think it's gonna get harder later on. That was my thinking. I was not expecting a World War III, or possible World War III, or whatever's happening right now. But all this is by design, guys. It didn't have to be this way. Our fuel, all that, the wheat, and remember, there was already, to me, an artificial shortage. Remember the containers and, you know, how long do you think can truckers afford to fuel up their trucks? Especially the private guys, the ones that have their own rigs, and they have to maintain their own trucks and, use their own money to gas up, all that. How long do you think they're going to be able to do that before they start losing money, or before it just becomes it's not profitable to be on the road? How long before they shut down because they just can't keep up? I'm just saying, guys, whatever you can right now, whatever you can stock up on, do it, because the opportunities, I mean, I think it looks like the opportunities will be there. I don't think we'll run out until the prices get so high that people just go and take it. They're gonna say, "F that." You know what? I'm gonna get mine because my family. I don't want to see my family starving, and so I think you'll start seeing civil unrest if this continues the way it's going. There's gonna be civil unrest. So as it is now, you gotta always watch your back. But when it gets like that, you're gonna always have to be. I mean, I'm talking about, and I'm like that. Uh, but past 2 years, man, I've been living like on red alert, 24/7, and I'm kind of glad that I have, because now it's like just that's the way I am. I mean, I'm always aware of my surroundings. Always. Um, I don't take anything for granted. Um, I don't ever think that because I'm out in public that I'm safe, or my kids, my grandkids, whatever. I'm always assuming that something can happen, and that's the way it is. I mean, so guys, I just felt that it was a good time for me to remind y'all, with all respect and all love, all my love, let y'all know, and y'all let your families know that y'all need to get also prepared spiritually to make your heart strong, and so that you be strong for your families, because they're gonna look to you. Make sure they're gonna look to you, and reassure them that things are gonna be okay, and that things are okay. So that's why I've been preparing, guys, because I don't want my family to be stressed out, or you know and that's why I've been try to warn everybody, warn y'all, warn my family, warn my coworkers, and let them know that, because I don't want them stressing. I don't want y'all stressing. So um just keep in mind, guys, that this is not gonna get any better. It's not. The prices are gonna keep going up. We're expecting another. I'm expecting another wave of inflation, like another rush, and I think we're gonna be seeing these waves of inflation come in. Uh, all the money printing that happened during with the stimulus checks and all that they were putting out. I think now they're gonna start. You're gonna start seeing the effects of that, of all that money, of all those um of all that money that came in the system. So um to make it what but really what's gonna make it worse, guys, is a lot of countries are seeing that what the United States can do, to where they don't honor the reserve currency, all the dollar reserves that they have. They're just gonna get rid of them, and they're gonna come straight over here, and it's gonna dilute um the purchasing power. It'll in theory it'll cause hyperinflation with all those dollars coming back. I don't know if the Federal Reserve will just bury it in a black hole like they do everything else with all the other money, and just hold it in their balance sheet. That I think that's I mean, I think they can do what they want. If they want hyperinflation, it'll happen. The United States, we will get hyperinflation because the Fed is gonna let it happen. That's what they do with it. Everything else, they just they do what they want. So if it happens, guys, it's because they let it happen. If the economy crashes, it's because they let it happen. If they don't want it to crash, they don't. It doesn't have to crash. But um, all these things I saw, the United, it was done on purpose. All these, all these things that we're doing to Russia and all these policies, it's only hurting us. So just keep that in mind, guys. Anyway, you have a great evening, guys, and like I said, just stock up, don't stop. Y'all take care of each other and love each other out there, because that's what we're here for. God bless.